It's the Sharp Showdown, and it's rules meeting night, and we're into interview number 3. I'm excited for this one because the Decker boys fish every tournament. The fishing crew does. So Harry Decker's here. Harry,
Yep.
how you doing?
Doing good.
Good. You guys always do good.
Yeah, I mean, we fish a lot of tournaments and always seem to, be near the top.
Right? Yeah. You do get it figured out. Sharp Showdown. It feels to me like you've placed top 5 a couple of times while I've been doing it over the last 4 years. Am I right or?
I think so.
Yeah, I think
we had
so.
we had a good year. I think it was 2 or 3 years ago, and it was a pre-fish a lot like this one where the whole river just seemed dead, and then all of a sudden
Boom.
it turned on. So that's kind of what we're hoping for this year.
Well, I hope so. This is the 4th annual Sharp Showdown with the Pierre Area Chamber of Commerce. We're at Larkspur Landing. I like this place.
Yeah,
Now, this is kind of a fun little setting there. They got the green light to work with the fishing crew. So you talk about fishing. Really haven't had a whole lot of great conversation about the pre-fish here in the practice. I don't know.
Yeah, I mean, it seems like it's typical April and Sharp around the spawn. They're real finicky. There seems to be little bite windows, and even if you're around, what you think are a lot of fish, it might be very tough to get them to bite. So yeah,
we've got faster water. We've got skinnier water. We kind of got used to Francis Case a couple of weeks ago, and I have Francis Case in my head, but this is a whole different system, and it seems more like this seems to be more of a trolling, maybe not so much bottom bouncer, but certainly a crank situation here.
Yeah, for sure. You're going to get cranking downstream. Up in town, you're going to be jigging. We spent a day crank it, ran way downriver and then cranked our way back and caught some fish doing that. But yeah, I think most of the field that goes downstream cranks.
How about the live scope thing? I know, there always has to be the live scope conversation because that is a part of the play.
So we've kind of got a rule that we've come up with over the years of step number 1 when you go out fishing is turn on your live scope, whether that's cranking or jigging or whatever you're doing. So live scope's going to be on. It's a tool. So
right.
Whatever you're doing, it's going to give you information that hopefully helps you make adjustments.
Yeah, I think some people misunderstand it. You can waste too much time with live scope. You can turn it on, and you can search for fish, and you can chase catfish, and they can come up and they can whack you. And surprise you, right? Because you got that 10, 12 pounder, and then there it is, a catfish. But the whole cover and water thing, especially down here, seems to make a ton of sense. I'm curious to see after tomorrow's day at 3:00, get into that weigh-in, and Kurt starts asking, what is it that worked? I'm curious to see, because to me it just feels like this is going to be a trolling game this weekend, but then again, I don't fish tournaments. I'm excited to see what happens.
Yeah, I don't know. The Sharp tournaments, like I said, typically you're jigging in town and trolling downriver. But either one can win this year, I think. I don't think it's going to be high weights.
No, I was just going to say 10 to 12 a day.
I think that's going to be very good. Seems like Sharp always produces one big over or one, 6, 7, 8 pounder for somebody.
Yep,
and that goes a long ways.
Yeah, right.
That might be the only over you see in the entire tournament, but I don't know. Maybe somebody's got them figured out, but
somebody always catches it.
Yeah.
No matter what. There's always a big one or 2 or 3 or 4. And that's the nice thing about fishing. I do talk to people who they wonder why we fiddle around with these tournaments where the weights aren't big. I think they're watching walleye, and they're seeing the Lake Erie weights, and we're seeing these big Gov Cup weights and different things like that. And they just don't understand it. It isn't it isn't the weight that really matters. It's the win that matters. If you
Well-
can win with 14 pounds in 2 days, who
Right.
cares? You take away the
Right.
check.
Yeah,
right?
it's a totally different mindset here fishing on Sharp. You know, you're going to see a lot of those fish that weigh 1 to 1.3 pounds, and what you're really going for is the 1/6 to 1/8.
Right.
And if you can find a bunch of those, that's going to go a long ways. But obviously, you got to have some type of kicker at some point.
Yeah.
You know, either a good over or handful of real good slot fish.
Yeah, that fishing first day could really help decide, which is really stupid of me to say, but it really could decide in day number 2. I mean, who knows what's going to happen, but I'm curious to see what we know the quality of the fish is here. We just don't know what's going to happen tomorrow or Sunday, and I guess that's why we're doing it. We're gonna find
got to
out
get
what
them to
happens.
bite.
Yeah, no doubt. Harry Decker, thank you very
Yeah.
much. Appreciate it.
Yep.
Good luck to
Thanks,
you.
Jason.
All right,
Appreciate
thank
it.
you.